It's also, is Live Oak the first time he goes into fiction?
Yeah.
Like obvious fiction?
Yeah. Hopefully.
I don't think he buried a person. I've seen his picture. Nah. That meatball, no way.
Yeah.
He's gonna come here one day and be like, you call me meatball.
So it's my brain. Okay.
Can't unhear it.
This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum. This is a show about the 500 albums that Rolling Stone says are the best, and we're gonna talk about them ad nauseum.
Welcome to the Backwards Beats podcast. Like that phrasing?
That was pretty beatnik of you.
It's artsy.
Yeah.
I don't even have a hat on tonight, so, you know. I'm Carl Carter Fansteel,
I'm Dan Woodard.
and we welcome you to join us in the fine establishment, otherwise known as Tuna Wood Media.
Wow.
You see that?
That's what this place is called now.
Well, we have a server,
We do.
so now it's called Tuna Wood Media.
Nice.
Can they hack us if I tell them that?
No,
Great.
not even close.
So suck it, hackers. You'd only have a bunch of weird ad sketches anyway. It's been a really fun evening. We got to shoot some photography. And
Not photographers.
No, we shot photos.
We took pictures.
Okay. We took pictures. Pictures that's like this. Like that's what pictures are.
Okay.
We shot things that'll be used.
That's right.
What would you say in the industry, in the field? We shot B-roll.
Yeah, this is definitely B-roll.
Okay, very good. Well, this isn't. This is actually our show.
Right. What are we doing?
Tonight we're going to talk about an album that we listened to off of the Rolling Stone magazine's 500 Greatest Albums of All Time list as published in 2023.
That's right. This is album number 458, which is the album Southeastern by Jason Isbell.
Thank you for not Isabelling him.
It's so easy to Isabel him.
I know, because when you Isabel him, you need an A.
That's great.
There ain't no A in there.
There ain't an A.
This album is not a terribly long one.
No.
But it does pack quite a punch.
Yeah, he uses the length well.
Nicely put. Now, if you are listening on the most popular streaming platform, you're going to probably see this album with a bunch of add-ons, but it only actually runs 12 songs long.
That's correct. There's a remix in whatever year it was. I can't remember now.
Well, the year came out 2009?
11?
11.
No. Jeez. Neither number is correct.
Okay.
13.
13.
Yeah.
We just keep adding. Oh my God, I have it in my notes right here. Yeah.
Yep.
2013, runtime 47 minutes.
Yes. The 11, it was June 11th. When I was glancing down, I saw 11.
Oh, very good. Well, there it is.
Yeah.
We're really hot on details tonight.
That's right.
So tell me a little bit about Jason.
Jason, he was raised by his grandparents in Alabama. And the family was musical, and he learned to play the mandolin at the age of 6. You ever listen to Dropout or watch Dropout TV?
No.
Fantastic. You should check them out. A lot of the stuff's on YouTube. It's an improv comedy channel in general, and they have these game shows that they do. And they give these comedians prompts. And they just happen to do...
Oh my God, now I know the show you're talking about.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So they just happened to do one on this country singer talking about her humble beginnings, who was brought up by this hedge fund manager.
This reminds me of that David Victoria Beckham's whole thing where she's like, we had it hard. My dad drove me to school, and he like sticks his head and he's like, what did he drive?
Right.
A Rolls Royce.
Yeah. She's like, well, there's some water. It was kind of around this. I guess we lived on an island, you know. It was great. Anyway, I don't think that Jason lived this way. His father was a Pentecostal preacher, and his uncle taught him various instruments and really kind of immersed him in gospel and bluegrass music. By the age of 14, he was playing in a garage country cover bands, and at 16, he performed at the Grand Ole Opry.
Oh, good. So he made his way over to Tennessee.
He sure did. He went to the University of Memphis, studying English and creative writing, and then left to pursue a career in music. At 21, he secured his first publishing deal with Fame Studios in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
We heard of it.
I've heard of it. 2001, at the age of 22, he joined the southern rock band Drive-By Truckers.
No way.
Yeah.
He's a drive-by trucker?
He's a drive-by trucker.
I had no clue. See, I live for these openers.
Yeah?
I make a point not to read through these things.
Okay.
I did look at Wiki today to correct ChatGPT because I use ChatGPT to give me it knows how to like do my album rundown note like template.
Like summarization.
No, not even summarization. I take no words from it because it's often wrong, as it was today.
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, generate my template. And I was like, cool, got you, bro. And then it made up this whole song for song 12 that's not on his album called like Somewhere in Houston.
How is it?
I ain't checked it because I went, that's not on the album. Look again, bruv.
Right.
And I went to Wiki to double check against that.
Mm-hmm.
I also gave Wiki $50 while I was there, as people should do. They're bugging you on their campaign right now.
They've been bugging strong, but they
Well, they
deserve
have
it.
to because they're getting AI tapped as a full resource now. So the human interactions left.
Yeah.
So felt guilty. Gave money. You should too. It's a fantastic source.
Yeah.
Not you. The common you.
Yeah.
Of course you have. But once all of that data is cleared out, what it spits out for me is name, year, length, and then song name, space, song name, space. And that's what it is. And then that's how I take my notes on my iPhone.
That's interesting that you do that
Why?
because we already have a system that does that.
I know.
Anyway, so he becomes a drive-by trucker. He was on Decoration Day in 2003, contributed to the title track known as Outfit. He was on The Dirty South and The Blessing and the Curse in 2006. Then this is his fourth studio album we're about to talk about here.
So he's a drive-by trucker. He has to be like a lead dude.
He was a deal.
Like if he's the guitar player and vocalist. Because
Yeah.
if he's not, that's a waste of talent.
Yeah, I mean he was a big deal. It established him very formidable as a songwriter in alt country.
Okay, wonderful.
Yep. In the southern rock scenes. He did leave the Drive-By Truckers in 2007, a decision influenced by his struggles with alcoholism, which I think we'll talk about ad nauseum.
Yeah.
And his solo work prior to Southeastern was well regarded, but it hadn't really hit. And it was, leading up to this album, his reputation was that of a talented but troubled songwriter with personal struggles often coloring his music.
Yep.
And his decision to enter rehab and get sober was really the pivotal moment that really heavily influenced the direction of this album.
Okay.
Shocking, right?
Not at all. Having listened to the album
Yeah.
a dozen times.
This album was recorded in Falling Rock Studio in Nashville, Tennessee, produced by David Cobb.
Yep.
David Cobb is, fairly well known. He's recorded with folks like Chris Stapleton.
Heard of him?
Yep. Bunch of other people here. Brandy Carlisle, John Prine, Sturgill Simpson, the Oak Ridge Boys.
Okay.
He's also producer of the album, the soundtrack for A Star Is Born.
Oh.
So he's been around, David Cobb.
Yeah, he's got some stars.
He has some bona fides. Some key contributors on this album were his fiancée, Amanda Shires, who is...
She's got her own name and has for some time.
Yep. and Kim Ritchie on vocals. She,
Okay.
On song number 2, as a matter of fact.
Indeed.
I wish there was more about her. We'll talk about her in a minute when we get there. Album we already said was released June 11th, 2013. And immediately it received widespread critical acclaim. They praised it for being honest, lyrically deep, and a very mature album from a songwriting perspective. And a big leap forward for Jason.
Yeah. That's how it was received in Carl's ears as well.
Yeah. It debuted at number 23 on the Billboard Top 200 chart, reached number 7 on the top rock album charts. I didn't realize that.
I am not surprised, and here's why. Let's talk about rock very briefly in 2013.
Okay.
Crickets. Like, I mean, I just don't feel like there was a ton of it going on.
No.
Rock was,
Foo Fighters.
but
Basically.
even then it was Grohl hashing out the same old song. I mean,
Right.
you may have gotten like All My Life, and then the things like in 13, like, were we still listening to like, Equalizer and Trapped? Like, what was there? Like,
Yeah.
there's not, rock had a really still moment. This is post Jet too. Like, it's like, who was playing rock? And country was all but gone, or dormant, one may say, before it made its massive resurgence, right? Like, or like before it kind of blew up and took new wings.
Yeah.
But there's not notable rock in my ears at that time.
Not really. No.
And I should have been hip to it if there was, because I was literally like writing curriculum for all these music schools at the time. Like,
And with
Please-
rock in the title.
please offer rock songs. And there just wasn't a ton of it sitting out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm not trying to diminish his field, but nice of them to open their ears.
Yeah.
And there's a couple of rockers on here.
Yep. It's got 87 out of 100 on Metacritic. Pretty good. This album really, we'll get into this, is a direct reflection of his journey to sobriety and his relationship with Amanda. There's some tough songs on this album.
Yes,
we'll get into
indeed
that.
there are. I look forward to talking about those.
Yeah, and Southeastern really is considered kind of a landmark in Americana as well.
That was a sidebar that you and I had on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
How country versus Americana is this? There's a big difference in my ears. I don't know that I have the words for it. Mm-hmm. I could have prepared a script, but there's something about music in America, about being on the road and just drinking yourself to death and being self-deprecating and always pondering outlook, that is not country. Because you get that in all the corners. You could argue Noah Kahan's doing it right now in Vermont.
Yeah.
Like, right? Like, we've heard this tale and it's all over the place. It doesn't have a lot of the same kind of country trappings that you would expect. He doesn't really push hard on a twang, though it's clearly there when he wants it to be. The subject matter is not. This is not trucks and dogs and,
No.
wives leaving you. This is a large reflection on his past.
Yeah.
And he even goes out of his way to say later in the album, like, these aren't things an outlaw would say.
Yeah.
And so that's like almost kissing country goodbye by saying it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree. And I think that he doesn't completely steer away from it. There's country elements for
It's
sure.
slathered.
There's
I mean, it's produced in Tennessee, inspired by Alabama.
Yeah.
You can't write it out. I'm just saying there's a bigger musical thing happening here. You can't simply call it country.
Yeah, just because there's pedal steel and fiddle throughout this album doesn't make it a homeboy country
That's exactly right.
song. Yep. Really, this album did pretty well. It won Album of the Year and American Music Honors and Awards. Not American Music Awards.
Okay.
It's considered to be the best of the decade in the 2010s. I'm not sure about that, but that's what I've seen on many lists.
Okay.
And
So, but like, I mean, it's getting a lot of respect from,
Yeah.
like a scope at least.
yeah,
If people are writing about you in that kind of light, you don't turn that away.
not at all. Not at all. Yeah, I think we're going to get into the meat and bones of this thing, and we'll talk a lot more probably about Jason's trajectory through life as he has outlined it very clearly for us on this album.
Yeah, that's going to be probably the better read here.
Yeah.
Take a little break?
Let's do it.
All right.
Hey folks, with everything that's going on nowadays, let's talk about the weight of the world. We're all carrying it, especially after the holidays, but why carry it to the bedroom?
We're proud to announce our new sponsor, Anti-Gravity Love Boots, and they're looking to change your personal physics.
Now we've all been there. You're trying to find that rhythm, but gravity, that cruel mistress, is working against you.
You want that Tom Jones Tiger energy, but your knees are giving out and your lumbar support just isn't there.
So here's how it works. It starts at liftoff. The soles are packed with high-frequency ion thrusters, the same tech used to keep satellites from falling out of the sky. When you click your heels, they vent a silent, pressurized stream of nitrogen that keeps you exactly 6 inches off the floor.
Yeah, right. Now the love part. It removes the weight. No more, my leg is falling asleep, or, you're crushing my ribs.
You can enjoy weightless contact. Enjoy the intimacy without 180 pounds of pressure.
The pivot, because you're hovering on a cushion of air, there's only friction when you want it. You can rotate and glide with the touch of a finger.
Now, in the satellite position, she's suspended in the air and you can literally spin her like a top.
Anti-Gravity Love Boots. It's not unusual meets 2001 Space Odyssey.
She's facing the floor, she's facing the window, she's facing the future. And she's doing it all while hovering 4 inches above your pelvis.
You aren't just a partner anymore. You're a gravitational constant. You are the sun. She is a very, very busy planet.
Stop turning love into a chorus of stomach farts. Kick the floor in the teeth and start spinning like a god.
Use code PELVIS at checkout for 20% off your first pair of Anti-Gravity Love Boots. So, I'm not quite sure, but maybe you could answer this question because you have a degree in this. Why were we built with a sternum in the first place?
Well, you ever see the movie Saw?
With the little clown in the wheelchair?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I saw one of the 12 installments.
Yeah, so...
Installments?
That's pretty good. I can't remember which one of the installments, but there's this one trap that... it's like one of the opening traps that basically he puts all these hooks into this person and spreads them apart like an angel.
Aw.
And I think, I can't tell you exactly why the sternum is there other than it's the front spine, first of all.
Ugh.
And the second is what Jigsaw proved with that scene is that the sternum isn't all that.
No, it doesn't hold up really well.
It doesn't hold up.
Oh, just reminds me like a wishbone.
Yeah.
I'm sad I asked. Okay, never again. I'm too squeamish for these. And you're a horror movie fan. Okay.
So why don't you just cover me up then?
Yeah, there you go. Hey, nice. Cover me up. Song number 1. So like I said, 47 minutes over 12 songs here. Pretty solid pop album in that sense. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no long listeners that we have to sit through. He's kind of to the point. And this is his opening tune. He kind of sets a tone.
Yeah.
You want to start or shall I?
I was going to start off with 2 things because we're fresh off of our side content.
Side tracks.
That's right. And we did the 666, the number of the beat episode.
That's exactly right.
And so this song is in 6/8.
Clearly.
But is it?
So it has moments of 6/8 and has moments of 3/4. Like which famous song?
Norwegian Wood.
Nice.
And not only does this have that, melodically, it starts off with a tease of Norwegian Wood.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, if you know the tune, he would admit to it. It has to be. It's clear as day.
Yeah. So I actually wrote out the melody in 3/4 and 6/8 to see what it would look like. And what's kind of weird about it is the song's clearly in 6.
Yeah.
but it would be visually easier in certain cases to see it in 3. And the reason why is there's a pickup.
Yeah,
And-
the pickup note that comes in before the phrase begins.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you time it from the beginning of the song, the downbeat would be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's just not really where a downbeat usually falls. It usually falls on a 1.
For vocal cadence, sure.
Yeah. To look at it on a chart, it's not weird either way. It works regardless. It's not more complicated or less complicated. Yeah, you have a 16th note pickup instead of an 8th note pickup. But the melody is mostly quarter notes.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but the groove, if you listen to the drum or the drum part behind it,
Yep.
and then like the flow and the way people are using notes in the song, clearly 6/8.
Yep. He wrote this song as a love song to Amanda before they were together.
Super clear.
Obviously. Yeah.
It's immediately like storyteller vibes. This song cues you in pretty early. If you're just here for the music, which is hard for a Carl, you're probably not going to be blown away. So you have to start digging into, what the artist is speaking about.
Right.
It's a love song, but not a simple one.
No, it's not.
It's kind of a confessional. And he's going to use that pulpit often throughout the course of this album.
Yeah. He's aware of who he was, not necessarily sure of who he is, but he thinks he knows who he wants to be.
Precisely. Man, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
That's a great way to end it. Let's move over to song number 2.
Yeah.
Stockholm.
Sorry, the last thing I would say on that
Oh, yeah, sure.
is there is definitely some country in this. More singer-songwriter, but it's like country hits like Bob Dylan.
I've got folk
Yeah.
as my note here.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on country at this point. It's very folksy. And yeah, Bob Dylan, specifically in like the narrative,
Yeah.
just a better voice.
Yeah.
And this is one of
That's a hard.
yeah, right. One of a few of his voices you'll hear throughout this, though. They don't move very far from each other. He's definitely got 2 or 3 tones.
Yeah. But he belts in this
Oh, there's no question about it.
right out of the gate.
Yeah.
That's nice.
He'll belt harder later and he'll whisper later too.
Yeah. All right. So anyway.
So song 2, Stockholm.
Yeah.
This one you get an immediate shift.
Except we're still in 6/8.
I know. How about that?
Yeah.
But it's a shift in power and
Yeah.
instrumentation. And on this song, I literally have a note. Nice shift right away. It sits in 6/8 still, which is worth calling out because we spent so much time on our 6/8 podcast. But here, on top of the instrumentation, you end up having kind of this like movement, and you go, okay, we're not stuck listening to 12 tunes of a dude and his acoustic guitar.
Right. I really like the drum beat, the groove in this song, except I don't like the production on the drums in this song. I don't like it's like a flattened snare drum.
It is. It's a little muted.
And we'll talk later. I think that the drum production on this song and another song, if they just switched, they would both be better sonically.
How about that?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm looking forward to that comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a notable change in production. I won't say quality, but like what filter you used is
Yeah.
the best way you could put it in modern terms. It lacked a little consistency from one to another, but also it's such a massive volume, dynamic energy change from the first one. It's kind of hard at this point in the album to just call it what it is.
Yeah. And this song is a duet with Kim Ritchie.
I was gonna say, one of the things that really struck me, and we can actually carry that Beatles piece over from song 1, is there's this great harmony that rides the entire song through and through.
Yeah. Mix is a little weird on the harmony.
You'd think you'd put Jason a little more forward,
Yeah.
but so be it.
Because he sings high enough that they're kind of competing for register.
Often, yeah, and they're not wet vocals. There's not a ton of effect on them.
No.
Not a lot of reverb or anything. So it's a little when they don't hit perfectly, your ear catches that.
Yeah. But they're both good singers. So Kim Ritchie, she recorded an album with Winona Judd. She's written songs for Trisha Yearwood, Brooks and Dunn. She's been around. She's
Yeah.
got her chops.
I mean, no, there's no slack performance here.
Yeah.
And this is a second voice of Jason too.
Yeah.
He's a little more full of life on this one.
Yeah, even though it's a song about Stockholm Syndrome.
Yep, it quite literally.
Yeah.
But as you venture through this album, you'll see there's very few positive topics.
Yeah.
But he does it in such a light way. It's like he's like, I'm going to offer this, but I'm going to still carry all the weight of it. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Like,
He's got this.
you can take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Because he's been through some stuff.
Yeah. So one thing in this song that I think is interesting to me, it's an observation, and this is something that's common in country music and, well, in a lot of music here, but is very often in country music when people are hitting singing long phrases, singing long vowel sounds, they'll do like an attack, like a ba, like that. I'm exaggerating it. But I feel like it's a trope of country. And when I think about this, I go like to classical music and there's classical terms. So I don't really have the words to describe what this is vocally. So I wonder if there's anybody who could help us out.
Yeah, it just so happens that we primed this conversation, and my sister is on the line. This is Julia Cowles. She was trained at the University of Shenandoah out in the Valley, and she's now currently a director. She directs musicals and plays all over the Maryland area. She was trained in doing that. She acts and sings herself. Julia, welcome to our show.
Hi.
That's the entrance I expected. That's the one I wanted.
Yeah.
And so when I called you earlier to prime this conversation, I don't know that I did it justice, but do you kind of hear what we're saying? There's a vocal technique that these singers use where they kind of sting it and pull back, and I'm not like, I sing like bar music. I don't consider myself a singer, right? Yep. What do you do? What do you call this in the industry?
And I can give you a little bit more here to go off of. So when I talk about this from a classical term, there's a sforzando with a crescendo, and sforzando means like heart attack, like hard attack, not heart attack. Or you could do a forte piano, which means play something loud, then immediately go soft with a crescendo. Mm-hmm. That's not what's really happening here, but there's a version of that. So, Julia, I wonder if you could talk about that a little bit and help me, use my words better and
yeah, make us not sound dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, totes. So the way I've seen it in music a lot is it'll say like the SFZ, right, first sforzando, mm-hmm. and then drop to piano, and then the immediate crescendo out of that. That's kind of how I've seen it a lot. The sforzando itself, like you said, is just like the sudden strong attack, which has to be sudden. That's like the whole part of it, right? It's not within the context of like the regular dynamics of the song. It's supposed to be like shocking.
Yep.
So are you using it like you use bold fonts in a text message?
Yeah, it's supposed to be dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's more than an accent. And with this sort of phrasing, it was used all over the place, like in The Matrix. The soundtrack to The Matrix. It's all over the place. And
that's mainly horn stabs in the movie The Matrix.
So vocally, is that how we talk about it? I've heard like blooming the note. I've heard terms like that. Like, what is that like? And whenever I try to do it vocally, because I'm not a singer, I sound insane. So I feel like there's a whole breath control aspect to this and attack that is beyond my capability.
Totally, yeah. That's why I was thinking about it earlier, and why it's so difficult is not only is volume control like hard, right? It's just difficult to do, especially in the middle of a song. If you've been singing for a while, like making sure that you have a full big breath to handle something like that is huge. But having to hit it and then pull all the way back shows like an insane amount of control. And then the crescendo out of that is the craziest part, because it's literally all about the control of your breath, pushing through your vocal cords, right?
Yep.
And so that it's an insane technique, but it's so powerful,
mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's there to kind of shock the audience and then to bring them back in. If you think about like the loud noise and then whispering all of a sudden,
mm-hmm.
Is basically what you're doing.
makes people literally lean in because they're like, oh, why are we quiet? Like, what's going on now? The most recent example that I've got for this, I'm going to force you guys to listen to me talk about musical theater.
Yay!
The least enthusiastic yay I've ever heard in my life. I was just music directing a production of Newsies Junior because I've done every Broadway Junior show in the history of the world. And the song Seize the Day. I don't know if you guys have seen the movie Newsies.
Mm-hmm.
No.
The song Now is the Time to Seize the Day. It's like one of the most popular
Yep.
musical theater songs. They do One for All and All for One, and that's where Sondo lives. All for one and all, or one for all and all for one, and then it grows.
Yep.
And that leads them into like screaming about the strike, and then the massive dance break happens.
Nice.
So in that song, it's used as that moment where the audience is like, oh crap, something's about to happen. Like it literally leads into them yelling the word strike like 10 times.
Yep.
It's like what a riser is before the drop in an EDM song.
Yep.
Oh, exactly. No, that's totally like it's the build up. But it's just a really intriguing way to use that. That's a little less expected, I think, than a standard crescendo.
Yep.
Because of the pullback and because of that moment before.
And in this song, it's subtle. It's nowhere near as dramatic as what we're talking about. But the other thing that comes to mind for me is not only the breath control for the attack, and the diminuendo, the going quiet, and then the crescendo. And you have to stay on pitch
The whole time through.
Huge.
And that seems hard. And then really good singers will then, just for extra credit, they'll throw in some vibrato at the end just to show that they
Well,
could.
there's your third thing, right? It's
Yeah.
like the vibrato, having the control and enough breath to hold out that vibrato until that perfect ending moment is wild.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, talk about vocal techniques I'll never use.
I'm sure you've done it on like by accident at some point.
I'd hope so, but I mean, it's someone who like trains in this field, and I think musical theater is actually such a nice venue for this because it's so dynamic in performance because you're tying it to a character. I mean, there's no promise that your singer, that Jason Isbell's tying this to a character, though I would say he's actually quite effective. You happen to pick a really good example and a pretty good phone call for it.
Yeah.
But you know, him and I'm trying to think of people who do this. It's like Freddie Mercury did this really well.
Oh, for sure.
You know-
Who Wants to Live Forever?
Precisely.
That's exactly where he does it. Yep.
But it's such a cool technique.
Yeah.
Julia, thank you for jumping in tonight.
Hey, thanks for letting me talk about musical theater on your podcast.
We appreciate that.
That'll be the last time that happens.
No,
No, not at all.
well, we look forward to bringing you on whatever episode you decide. You can't hold out for rumors though, because we'll all be old as
I
hell
was gonna say I'll see you for Fleetwood Mac, babe.
in 9 years.
Yeah.
I've got my fingers crossed that there's some Carole King tapestry on this list.
Also in 10 years, like
Yeah.
you got to pick.
Come on.
Well, I'm just saying, like these are your.
Taste in music is too good.
I'm my sister Julia. Bye.
Thanks, Julia. That was awesome.
She's great.
Yeah.
And she's incredibly well trained and such a good singer. It's incredible. She's as a teacher, she's stunning.
Yeah.
And so it's funny when I asked her earlier, "Hey, would you be willing to talk a little bit about this?" She's like, "Yeah, I just don't have to think about it often. It's just something we do."
Right.
And that's we forget we do these things.
Yeah.
I don't do these things, but we forget people do these. Good singers do this naturally.
Yeah.
And how effective it is and how it sells you.
Yeah.
This album is full of dynamic moments. And that's what this is. It's a dynamic moment. Loud to soft to gradually louder.
Yep.
We're talking about volume, dynamics, a fader,
Yep.
the stupid thing on your remote, right?
Yep.
And so listen through this album, fine listener, with your attention to the dynamics, because
It's all over this album.
there are moments in my really, as we talked about them before, shitty Subaru speakers that we both have, where I turn it up because I just can't hear that whisper and I get my head blown off because they've really used the space well.
Yeah. And the reason I thought it was appropriate for this is because there's two singers doing it together.
Yep.
Again, not strong, but there's also an orchestra that feeds this. So that's why I wanted to tie it together. And that orchestra feeds in this dirty guitar part in the background.
Oh yeah, there's some the guitar part and then the sustain on the bass guitar throughout the course of this album are both. He's really chosen his band here. Mm-hmm. You got some players who believe in him. You can hear they're playing for him. Mm-hmm. I've been in situations where you're playing the gig versus playing to impress the person you're playing with.
Yeah,
this is the latter. Yeah. There's no question about it.
Yeah,
delightful tune. Lyrically, this one's not as deep as the first tune. I'm only saying that because lyrically, this album gets deep AF.
Yeah.
To come. So this one kind of just grazes the top.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stop him from singing with any less conviction.
No, it's like I said, it's a Stockholm Syndrome song about a person who's been taken captive by his love for a woman.
That's it. And
but willingly.
I wouldn't call it tongue in cheek, but yes, yeah. This isn't gunpoint.
No, he's happy to be.
All right. Yeah, nice tune. Nice follow-up for the first tune. It sets some tone.
Yeah.
All right, so number 3, Traveling Alone.
All right. This is where you might get the country trope.
Yeah.
Because it's a song about a lonely person trying to find comfort as he's traveling alone, but his past, booze, is right there.
Yeah, it's not just booze either.
Yeah.
Booze comes with behavior.
Yeah.
Trust.
Yeah.
And you can just tell he just really sits on regrettable moments. And he lays them out. You don't have to be, the smartest person in the room to figure this one out. And I'm often not the smartest person in the room. I appreciate the level in which he writes. He doesn't stick on any one moment too long. He kind of shows you flashes or cliff notes or glimmers of a bad evening that turn into a bad feeling.
Yeah.
He's really good at converting a moment into an emotion. Mm-hmm. He's really good. This is where I guess that English and whatever degree came in. It's fantastic songwriting.
Yeah, I agree. Because he may have moved on. It's not away from him. He's looking for comfort.
He's carrying this weight the whole time.
Yeah. Production wise, this one's really lush. And I like the juxtaposition of the pedal steel in your right channel with the fiddle in the left. Yeah.
I was going to say, I love, so far, this is by far the best sounding song on the album.
Yeah.
We're only 3 in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the panning and the soundscape keeps him in the center and everything wraps around him. And it's the first time it's really happened.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a good song. And we talk about him telling a story with just a few lines. And I'll probably talk about a lot of lyrics on this one as well. But he goes, he was so high in the streets that girls wouldn't take my pay.
That's right.
She said, come see me a better day, and just danced away. That's a rough time out if you can't pay someone.
Yeah, and the few lines before that of what he was doing,
yeah,
it's just he's journaling. He's speaking his mind on nights he's not so proud of.
Yeah,
and that's admirable to me.
Yep. But then when he moves on, he talks about, he goes, pain in the outside lane. I'm tired of answering to myself. Heart like a rebuilt part. I don't know how much it's got left. I've grown tired of traveling alone, but won't you ride with me? We're done. I got something here.
Take it.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
Try.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's desperate and it's beautiful. It's a really nice song. The harmonies in this song are so good.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. Whoever's arranging, I really hope it's him. I'd love to know who's arranging those harmonies. It could just happen in production. Could be a team thing. But he sounds awesome in this one.
He does.
This is the song that sold me. 3 in, I went, all right, I'm really going to give this my ear. because this song you didn't have to listen very hard to get a lot of weight. Like there's a massive payoff to it.
Yeah. Amanda's singing harmonies on this one.
This makes it even better.
Yep.
If you just look at the circumstance.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, you thought you had a good song there.
Should we talk about the elephant in the room?
We should indeed.
Wow.
So I cried to this song yesterday.
I cried to the song almost every time I heard it.
It's so insanely good.
Yeah.
I mean, Cliff Note without crying.
I'm almost crying now.
In front of not crying in the camera. This is
crying in podcasting.
This is a straightforward song about him dealing with someone he's very close with cancer.
Yeah.
Did you do any background digging on who this person is?
I have a quote.
Okay,
from him.
very good, very good. Because I did none. I would love to hear anything.
Yeah, his quote is, "I spent a lot of time at little bars in Alabama, getting to know a lot of people who would eventually disappear. It's kind of like that scene in Rent." Speaking of musical theater,
521,600 people.
That's the one. It's kind of like that scene in Rent when everyone starts vanishing. It was that way in this particular bar.
Hold on. We just did a Rent quote, and Julia wasn't on the phone for it. Oh, Dukes, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I ruined the quote.
He continues on. He says, "I was dating the bartender who was young, real sweet, and kind-hearted, and said, you know, these people aren't going to be around forever. You're going to get connected to these old drunks, and they're just going to vanish. Every few months, another one's going to be gone. The song came from this place, from having a connection with someone whose ship is going down and allowing the relationship to mature in spite of that. Two people are sitting at bar stools for a long period of time, and one person gets sick and the other one rises to the occasion." And that's what I love about this, because this sets up, in my opinion, this sets up care as a choice, not an obligation.
Yeah, it also shows you that the guy that we've listened to talk about how much of a piece of shit he is for 3 songs straight is actually horribly wholesome.
Yeah, and we haven't even told what the song is about. The song is about this guy whose bar friend.
Close friend, considered dating, could have been lover, could have been forever.
Yes. Who's dying of cancer.
In front of his eyes.
Yes. And she tells jokes about it, and it's, yeah.
And the elephant is the elephant in the room, which is, we're not talking about your cancer.
Right.
But you're dying right in front of me.
Yeah. Complaining about the crowds on the weekend crowds and
laughing at Seagram's in the coffee cup.
Yep.
It's so deep and beautifully written and haunting. That line, "I've buried you 1,000 times."
Yeah.
Fuck. Like, it's just, if you want to go listen to one tune that'll convince you this song should be involved in the conversation or why he's Grammy winning,
yeah,
go listen to this tune. Because it's about as real as it gets.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody who hasn't gone through some kind of experience. And if you haven't, you will.
Yeah. This is not a 6 degrees of separation.
No.
We all know people who've suffered and died. And this is his testimony of doing it live effectively in just 2 verses and kind of the post chorus.
Yeah. And I had a situation a few years ago, similar. I mean, I wasn't friends or dating or anything like that, but I was at a bar. I was traveling. I was at a bar, and this guy just struck up conversation, and lo and behold, this guy was dying. Terminal. And just needed someone to talk to. And I couldn't think of anything more important to do than just talk to him.
What better place than here? What better time than now?
Right.
Yeah, I lost a couple of friends in the past few years, but two of them were my employees, and both were older women.
Yeah.
One of them was a musician, I'm misquoting. Both of them were fantastic musicians. I keep saying one of them because I'm staring at the drum set behind your head from Trisha.
Yeah.
And I sat there and sang her songs while she got high, which is a song line from here. There was country songs. I was singing country songs. But we sat in that woman's house and watched it pass
Yeah.
and just watched it go down. And it's such a real song. I don't know how he captured that and then sculpted that. I imagine it was through an insane amount of tears, emotion. It couldn't have been quick to really distill this relationship and then hand it to us in a 3.5 minute song or whatever the hell it is. Yeah, 3.5 minute song, 3:39
Yep.
to break everything. We're 4 songs in. Aptitude was there, feel was there, and then Elephant hits.
Yeah.
It's like the whole then Larnell entered. Like Elephant hit. Like, and you listen to it and you just go, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sterling piece of art.
Listen to Elephant. I don't know how he does it live. I don't know how you could do this song live.
I couldn't cover it. This might be the best song I've heard this year. If you were thinking about just songwriting, might be the best song I've been introduced to in the list so far. I would even go that far. It's
certainly up there.
impactful for me.
Yeah.
I'd like for it to be in contention. I would like to document with the people how emotional Dan and I are right now talking about it. It's just, if you don't find something in this, you don't have a pulse, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Elephant Man. Not Elephant Man. Elephant.
No.
Comma.
Yes. We're not talking about John Merrick at all.
Anything else on that one?
What else can we say?
We got to exit. All we can say is flying over water.
Okay.
Let's move to the next tune.
Thankfully, we talk about album craft. We get some energy from electric guitar here. And here's the song where I think the snare drum.
This is the swap?
Yes.
Okay,
because
cool.
the snare drum is pretty crisp in this one. And it's, to me, it's actually a little invasive. And I think if you took that flattened dead snare and put it into Flying Over Water and put this crisper snare and what song we're talking about? We're talking about
Stockholm?
Stockholm, yeah. If I were producing, I'd swap them out. They're both, because neither one's a bad snare sound. Is it fit for the occasion?
An energy thing.
And in my opinion.
So I will say, songs like this, first of all, we need the reprieve. Like, how do you follow up Elephant? I guarantee you they all sat there too and went, well, how the fuck do you follow up Elephant?
Right.
And so let's put something there that's an energy shift and an entire production shift. They may have steered the ship just a degree too far in the sense that we're 5 songs in, and one complaint I have is it doesn't sound sonically cohesive.
No.
I can deal with jumping from low energy, just acoustic, different instrumentation, but they don't sound like they're all recorded in the same median or the same time.
Yeah.
And I don't love when albums sound like it's very fragmented. It's not horribly off, but I will say there's a massive disparity moving from Cover Me Up into Stockholm. It's jarring to the ears. And that's forgivable once. You're doing it again after the most impactful song in your album so far, and probably just the album period.
Yeah.
But this sudden brightness I like. It's just like, it's like flipping the light on in the morning. There's a way to do this a little better overall in the master process.
I agree. It's actually my biggest complaint of the album is here's a collection of songs done by the same artist, but it doesn't feel cohesive sonically. This is not Heart Like a Wheel.
No, and by the way, that is my number one complaint too. You and I are 100% on board.
Yeah.
It's my maybe only complaint, but that's the one.
And each song by itself sounds fine.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I have no problem with the physical songs. I have no problem with Jason. I have no problem with writing. I actually don't have much problem with independently if they were released as singles. The production.
Right.
It's like, but can you glue this thing together?
Yeah. This isn't disc 1 of Miranda Lambert.
No, it's not. It's not that far out. there's aptitude in the tracking process here,
Yeah, I think David
which is
Cobb
where they failed in Lambert.
Yeah.
Is disc one, they just didn't track well, and therefore the masters turned out as they did.
Yeah, I think David Cobb probably cleaned the wax out of his ears. Remember, I kept talking about the earwax mix and the.
Oh sure, yeah, the underwater.
Yeah.
So we had to burn up our FSA dollars at the end of the year. You know, you do all the flex spending money. And my wife was like, "Hey, it's November. How much is left on the FSA card?" And I looked. I was like, "Oh, it's like $600." And you got to, we got 60 days to use it. We've been buying the stupidest crap. So I bought like an earwax gun that like pulses into your ear.
You know what you should have bought? You should have bought Sonic Clean.
They were sold out. Who would have thought?
Okay.
Such a popular product.
Yeah. Because they do come with a candle crafter kit.
The candle crafter kit with ear removal.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Sonic at wax ear removal.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? Look, I got no problems with the actual song. I will say, lyrically, this one is not nearly as stunning. Though I think there's a good social message or two in here. Is that what you're getting from it?
I think this is a song about perspective.
Yes, indeed. And I think the perspective we're speaking about here is people in a more entitled position, or versus not, or if you look at the slaves built and walls and war, it might be a American type of statement going on here.
I think it's frames of references. And when you're flying over water, you have the ability to look at things from different perspectives. That's what I get out of this. Because it starts off, we look so organized and brave, right? And, we're in the airplane. And then Daddy's Little Empire built by hands, built by slaves.
So that's the kicker. And that's immediately sounds like a knock on traditional American, when the word brave is used, right? Land of the free, home of the brave.
Yep.
There's always seems to be innuendo built by slaves.
Yep.
I mean, it's pretty freaking clear. I'm not convinced this is like a, oh yeah, song. It's not my favorite on the album. Because he's not really speaking to anyone specifically, because half the time he's kind of speaking to like a companion.
Right.
But he's never like speaking openly to social.
Right.
I don't know. This is one where I actually kind of lose my footing.
Yeah, this is not the strongest one on the album.
Yeah, agreed. I like it musically, I suppose. I'll say, though, I'm happy that 3, maybe 4 times on this album he just goes into full rock self.
Yeah.
So Stockholm, there'll be 1 or 2 more down the line. One notably,
Yeah.
it really comes out on an uppercut.
Yep.
But I think I do prefer more middle to low tune Jason style.
Yeah, and I think actually maybe a different producer would produce him differently to get the
Tamp
best out
down.
of him.
Yeah. There's a soundscape you could have created here that would feel more like flying to accommodate your message.
Yeah.
Maybe a little phrasing changes.
Yeah. His rock tunes aren't that great, in my opinion.
I agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can get along without them. It doesn't mean I don't kind of appreciate them. In fact, of all 3 of the big rock tunes I can think off the top of my head, this might be the one I appreciate the least.
Huh, interesting.
I know, right? Not what I would have thought too after first several listens.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that one.
Because I can think of one that I appreciate the least.
I can think of. I'm positive I know which one you're speaking of. Let's scoot on, huh?
Yeah.
Different days.
Any song that can talk about benzodiazepine.
He put it into one clean ass word, didn't he? Dude. So on first, second, third listen, this is by a long run my favorite song.
It's close to my favorite song.
It's a top 3, right?
Yeah, I keep going back and forth between this and one other song as my favorite.
Yeah, this is so digestible.
Yeah.
But in like in a mature sense, it's really a beautiful melody. Mm-hmm. His phrasing is so good.
Yeah.
If you go back to the Dylan thing, it's there.
Yep.
The storytelling in it's perfect. Mm-hmm. He's really, really an inspired writer. He can say so much in so few phrases, and he's not even like dramatically overselling it in his voice.
Right.
I just don't know how he pulls that off.
I don't know. So what's interesting to me is, have you ever seen the movie Requiem for a Dream?
Yes, ass to ass.
I'm not getting that part of it out of here, but what I am is getting that kind of relationship that Jennifer Connelly and who's the
other heroin addict?
The other heroin addict. Yeah, he's a real actor.
Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto. That they kind of have in here. There's this codependence, love-hate thing that goes on. They mostly love each other in that movie, and they mostly love each other in this song. The conversations. But what I talk about this is he's trying to look past his days of using women.
Yes.
Right.
There's no question about that. But I don't feel there's like a single subject.
Well, when I get towards the end, that's where I start getting this is, because he keeps with this refrain of those were different days, but now it's not that way. Is what I'm getting. So he's talking about that, and I don't know why I get the Requiem for a Dream thing here, but I think it's just like when you go back and had this girl back home. We shared a single bed. When I whispered in her ear, she believed every word I said. And that is when Jared Leto and Jennifer Connelly, I don't know the character names in the movie, when they have this whole scheme to get all the heroin.
Yep.
And they've got this whole plan worked out, like this business plan. Like it's crazy, right? Yep. I don't know how well you know the movie.
I know it pretty well.
Yeah. And then
I could have used her 1,000 times or 1,000 times different ways, whatever it was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening in that movie, even though I don't think they feel that that's what's really happening, but that's what's happening.
Oh, sure. They're
using each other in that, and that's what's happening in this. The way he's using that. That's why this movie, I guess that really, now that we're talking it and saying it out loud, that's
well,
what
yeah, it's manipulation.
Yeah.
And that's the line that I think tacks the most to where you are.
Yeah.
He's acknowledging a couple of people in this song, and he's talking about their stories with the same eloquence he's been so blessed with talking about his own.
Yeah.
And then he implants himself into these stories.
Yeah.
Right? So he's actually not the subject as much as this young girl who's been stripping since she's 16, who's totally a victim. Yeah. This is very, Annie's 12 years old and 2 more, she'll be a whore. Like, It's like Sublime's Wrong Way for the first one.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I could have taken you and given you help in a way you probably didn't need it, right?
Yeah.
But those were different days. Right. I've grown.
Yeah.
Second one, share a single bed with a girl.
Yeah.
Anything I say to her, but I could have manipulated her 1,000 ways. Those are different days.
Yeah.
Then you get a little bit of bridge and a refrain where I keep a picture of you on time, and he's finally settled.
Yeah.
This, if we were going to go, and I have a note on this, I said if Dan was to try and push the Dan's arc thing into this would be a center point in a relationship with a person, because he resolves this song in a better place as a better person.
Right, which is different than Requiem.
Everything we've heard thus far.
It's certainly different than Requiem.
Requiem.
I mean, they meet on the bridge, but
Requiem ends with the 4-shot panel of pure torture.
Yes.
Yeah, this is not that.
Yeah.
This is what you would consider a happy or peaceful, even maybe a slightly resentful tone ending. But he's going, okay, I know who I could have been in those circumstances.
Yeah.
I am not. Here I am.
Yep. Musically, I like the descending dun dun. I like that.
Yep.
You talked about the bridge. There's a cello that comes in during the bridge. I just wish it was a little higher in the mix, because
Agreed.
it really adds something. If you're listening on good speakers, you hear it well. But if you're in your car, you're not going to notice it.
If you're in a pre-19 Subaru.
Yeah.
This is such a fantastic song.
I agree.
And I think for the sake of fake arc, it's song number 6. We're exactly halfway through the album.
Yeah.
Could I convince you to take a break?
You can convince me.
I see what you did there.
When you find yourself traveling down that long, winding ribbon of highway we call life, and you pull over at a neon-soaked 7-Eleven just to find a little substance, a bag of beef jerky, some trail mix, a road trip promise of a moment's peace. You see the logo, you see the nutrition facts, and then your eyes begin to search. They seek the notch, the little V, the silent invitation to a clean tear. Used to be that the notch was a guarantee, a covenant between man and snack, a gentleman's agreement that access would be granted effortlessly, elegantly. But now it's a gamble, a cruel lottery. You find yourself running your thumb along the edge, desperate, searching, and there is nothing. Just smooth plastic, an impenetrable fortress around your cravings. First, they made us rip. Then they added more glue, making us struggle. And now they want us to maul, rend the packaging like some kind of savage, teeth bared, fingers straining, our dignity scattered amongst the crumbs on the floorboard. And I ask you, when do we surrender this fundamental right? When do we become mere supplicants to the whims of industrial packaging? Because if we do nothing, and we let this slide, one day we won't even remember the satisfying hiss of a clean, unforced tear. We'll forget the feeling of a package opening with grace, not grim determination. And that, my friends, that is how they win.
Well, what about Paradise by the Dashboard Light?
I don't know any Meatloaf songs outside of I will do anything
You know
for
Paradise.
love.
Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. So she wants commitment, and he just wants to fuck.
But he looks like
give
he's
you an
made
answer.
of Chef Boyardee.
That's true, but he also was Bob in Fight Club.
No shit, that was Meatloaf?
That's Robert Paulson. His name was
His
Robert
name was
Paul-
Robert Paulson.
Yeah, that's Meatloaf.
No shit.
Shit. Bob-
Okay.
Bob had bitch tits.
Will he be on the list?
Bat Out of Hell? I bet it is.
It's kitschy enough. It could be.
Yeah.
It could
because
be.
I agree with you.
Just in case we need the media.
Yeah. I agree with you. I would do anything for love, but I won't do that. Blows. But it also shows he's actually a talented singer.
I mean, the vocal performance is good. I just hate that style of ballad and music.
Well, he's got like the Phantom of the Opera thing going on. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like. Oh, I really don't like the theatrics of any of it.
No. But what's your take on Andrew Lloyd Webber?
I don't know that I have a hard take on Andrew Lloyd Webber.
He's the composer of the music for. And the
I'm
creator
aware of it. I've on French horn played his pieces.
Yes,
I don't have a hard take on Andrew Lloyd Webber.
but it is musical theater.
Sometimes, often, yeah. So when I was playing orchestral music or symphonic music, as we prefer to call it, because we're not bitches, I just really enjoyed looking at the harmony written in the lines. When I left trumpet and moved to French horn, I got to suddenly play harmony and supporting lines rather than always having to sit there and hammer out a melody. It was really refreshing.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get the melody, and when they pitch the French horn a melody, it's really cool.
Yep.
The whole band tamps down.
Yep.
Not me. I could blow that thing, shape the note, get that thing to flutter. That thing sounded like the way my voice sounds now. Not good, but loud.
French horn's a beautiful instrument.
Until I play it.
And then while Michael Crichton is not Michael Crichton, Michael Crawford, sorry.
I liked Michael Crichton. Let's
Wow,
go.
not Jurassic Park. Michael Crawford is known as the Phantom. Do you know who else played the Phantom of the Opera?
Modern actor, perhaps?
How about, so you've already mentioned Larnell Lewis, which is a reference to Snarky Puppy.
Wonderful.
We have not talked about Paul Stanley from Kiss, who did a legit version of the Phantom in the Toronto
Wasn't he
production.
just taking pictures in the White House, too?
That was James Hetfield.
Oh, was that Hetfield? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. The Kennedy Center honors.
Used to be an honor.
It used to be an honor, and since my childhood band was honored this year at the Kennedy Center Honors, I couldn't watch it because of the orange piece of shit that is our president.
It was pretty gross. I will say, in honor of, say, Kennedy Center Honors, it's always fun to watch past honors. My favorite one being watching Carole King see Aretha come up to sing "You Make Me Feel."
That's pretty awesome.
That one melts me every time.
The one that melts me is...
Oh, I know the one. Go. I'm not.
Yeah. Ann and Nancy Wilson doing "Stairway to Heaven" at the Led Zeppelin one.
But the big surprise
is Jason Bonham
on Kit. After they asked him, he said no, and then surprised them.
Yes.
Yeah. Watching Jones tear up was awesome.
Yeah.
Or Robert Plant.
Yeah.
It just was like, he looked like us talking about Elephant.
Yeah. So last thing on that. So this conversation came up at a Christmas party, I guess last weekend. And we're all talking about this thing. And so upstairs are the girls, downstairs are the boys, which is how it should be.
Summer camp?
Yep. And we're sitting there watching this video because some of the men had not seen it. And we're all sitting there like getting all verklempt and teary-eyed. And my wife happens to come downstairs for like just to come downstairs to tell us something, whatever, that, exchange information from the girls. And we were clearly all interrupted when she showed up.
Well, she brought information back at least.
Yeah, she brought information back. And the next day she goes, "Oh, you looked like you were drunk." I'm like, "I only had 4 beers. I was just in tears."
I was emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
you
caught us during
a bro moment.
Steel Magnolias.
Yeah.
All right. Tangent aside, but ever so right for this album, which is a heavily emotional album.
It is.
We are about halfway through Jason Isbell's album Southeastern. And it's been a pretty cool ride for the first 6 songs. Let's get to the latter half.
Let's do it. We're talking about the song Live Oak now.
Live Oak.
Starts with a chorus.
Doth it does. It doth?
It doth.
It doth.
Wow.
It's so folksy.
It's chorus and then 4 verses before you get back to a chorus.
Have the same note.
Yeah.
It is so folksy.
Yep.
This is does it have a little country dressing? Sure, but this is a new version of songwriting we haven't heard on the album so far.
Yeah. And it happens to be a potentially, depending on how you want to focus your eyes, a murder ballad.
It is. This might be the first time that it's not Jason talking about himself, because I don't believe he robbed a freight train and killed many.
No. And he's referred to it as fiction and that it is a murder ballad, but it is also, I would say it's opaque enough that you could just look at it as human transformation.
It seems to be a common theme on this album.
Yep. He's living with his past. The sins of the past follow him around.
Yep.
But man, this is my number one. Believe it or not.
That would be a not. This is not what I was calling. I thought I knew what your number one was. Okay.
And here's why. Actually, I didn't write down the lyrics here, but if we talk through this thing, there's a duality that's going on in this, where there's the shadow of himself who's walking with himself. And I want to get the lyrics right, so I'm going to pull them up really quick.
That's worth it. I can fluff until then.
Yeah, go ahead and fluff. Not to make a porn reference, but we're good.
There is, in sense, the idea of he's speaking to a subject, female, the whole time, you assume, because he refers to her that way. Which version of me do you actually miss or like more? It's such a crazy thought.
Yeah, and what's so beautiful about this is you go through the story, right? The opening line, there's a man who walks beside me. It's who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me.
Yeah.
Opening line.
Which, by the way, if you were just to read that in like limerick, it's cheesy as hell. The way he sings it is convincing, and you don't hear it like that.
Yeah.
But you adopt it that way.
Yeah, because it moves on, and I wonder who she's pining for on nights that I'm not around.
That's right. And the assumption is either him or old him.
Right.
Or other him.
Yeah.
But it's never anybody else. This is a very self-centered song in that sense.
Right. But the old him was rougher and tumbler.
Oh, he describes old him coming off the board like an unfinished piece of wood.
Yeah, we headed out at 17, sheriff on my back. I never had a lover in my arms or in my gaze, so I found another victim every couple days.
Yep.
And now victim here can be construed as just someone that he's hooking up with.
Or click, click, boom.
Right.
However, I will say the fact that he said they killed one or a few later on, the victim thing, it's clearly meant is he never had a lover. The comparison, I think it's pretty
hooking
safe
up.
to say he's not speaking of murders. He's not a serial killer. He's hooking up.
Maybe. So he was a loner, right? His neighbors now all of a sudden start slighting him. And for rumors of the wickedness that reached this little town.
That's pretty far down the line in this song, by the way. You missed the whole time where he robbed a train and killed some heads.
Not yet.
On the community burns him. The community burns him in the long run too. The rumor line comes later in the song.
Yes. Yep. So after the sheriff, the night I fell in love with her, I made my weakness known.
I love that line.
Yep. And through the fires and farmers digging in dusty fields alone. And here's an interesting sidetrack, if you will, on this.
Tracks.
So this song, even though subject isn't the same, the feeling is the same, in my opinion, of the song Scarecrow by John Mellencamp.
I'm not familiar with that.
Beautiful song. That's a song about the decay of people, right? And of a land. And, so it's in the chorus that has blood on the scarecrow. And it's just talking about the Midwest and just a collapsing town.
But do you see how effective he is at planning that entire lesser rant
Yep.
in one sentence?
Yeah.
He's been doing that the whole album.
Yeah.
It's unreal.
I listened to a whole bunch of John Mellencamp after listening to this album, and he sounds nothing like John Mellencamp.
I got some John Cougar in the old vinyl collection over here.
Yeah. So who do you think will be on the list? Will it be a John Cougar? Will it be John Cougar Mellencamp, or will it be John Mellencamp?
I would prefer it be the one with Cherry Bomb. Whatever version of that was him. The joyous one with the accordion. That's my favorite John Mellencamp.
Yeah. So I want to get into this quick little story on John Mellencamp. When I was young, I grew up really close to a ski area, and I was on the ski team. And
Miami, Florida.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We were on the water ski team.
It's not a cocaine reference. Go ahead. It's not this album.
No, it's not. And so the thing with John Mellencamp, and I'm sure we'll talk about one of his albums, whether it's be Scarecrow or Pink Houses or one of those.
Pink Houses is the vinyl I have.
I think that's the one you're talking about too.
Yeah.
Great album. And so I was on the ski team, the local ski team at the mountain. My school had a ski team as well. That's how close we were to it. And part of the being on the ski team, like a lot of the parents would be involved in organizing the race and helping out with things like that. And so my mom was one of the volunteers, and in the time, it was so cool to be able to go into the timing shack, because we were the local mountain.
What's a timing shack?
So when you do a ski race, you have to time it.
Okay.
And so there's a shack that holds. So basically you have a starting gate and an ending.
So timing shack, you roll into the first place, and they're like, and go. And that's where the clock starts.
That's where the measurements are captured, and that's where they're announcing your name. It's just a warm place that you can sit in this little shack and announce it. And ski areas often have had a classic rock soundtrack. Even to this day, you go to any ski area, it's still like this era of like guitar rock in 70s. And I just remember John Mellencamp playing as I'm like to get into the The timing shack was a 2-story timing shack. The bottom was where all the ski gates were that you'd hook up for the race. And then you have to climb up a ladder essentially to get where the press box was.
With your skis on?
No. That's just what the people who are timing us would do.
Got it.
But since my mom was a volunteer, I got to go behind the scenes of the race.
Got it. Okay, cool.
And so I have a very vivid memory of being at the ski area before the race starts.
You're like, Mom, play that John Mellencamp song again.
She wasn't playing it. It was people younger than her. It was like the 20-somethings who were running it. But
Sick.
yeah, it was cool. Anyway, back onto Jason Isbell. Whether or not this is a murder song, there's murder in the song.
Sure. There's murder in the song. This is not a murder song.
Okay, what is this song about?
Okay, so here's why it might be a murder song. I can't figure out the last verse.
Oh, the part where he
Where
carves
he
a cross
carves
out of
a cross in a box.
in a pine box.
And I'm like, well,
And
no.
buries her so deep.
Dog, it's a pine cross. It's an oak box. And the oak box is the hard thing to think about.
I carved a cross from live oak and a box from shortleaf pine.
Ah, damn it.
Buried her so deep, she touched the water table line.
Table line. Yeah.
So that could be just burying an old relationship, or he could have killed her.
Some cherry bomb. Mellencamp. Yeah, I don't know. I got no answers. All I know is that this song is intense as hell.
Yeah.
They do a really weird holdover, time signature wise.
Yeah.
You catch that?
Yeah.
Of course you did.
And there's this interlude in here where I get like this Johnny Cash sort of vibe. There's a deep, like maybe it's a baritone tremolo guitar, or maybe it's a little bit of Jockey Full of Bourbon by Tom Waits. There's like a
Hey, nice drop. Dun, 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 dun. I'd put it more in the Cash cloud.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy that you called the Tom Waits out.
Yeah.
No, this one is it plays with violence. I don't believe he's the more violent one. I think he's trying to, if you were to stick with the theme of the album thus far,
Yep.
redemption, but without seeking God or remorse.
Yeah.
And so it's like the man I used to be seems to feel like this. That's why I don't think he killed her. I think maybe she, if you were to really stretch for this thing and fanfic it out, it's like maybe she either never actually existed and she was a fictional character in the sense that he buried her, he had to leave,
Yep.
or she was collateral in something.
Yeah.
He doesn't, the way he speaks about her, he doesn't strike the tone as someone wants to offer.
No, it doesn't.
There's no evidence.
No. So here's where I want to talk about the first line and then talk about how that first line evolves.
Okay.
First line, what I said before, there's a man who walks beside me. It's who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me. Okay. Then you move along. There's a man who walks beside me. He's who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me. I wonder who she's pining for. Repeats
The
it.
last one, though.
There's a man who walks beside her. It's
Yep.
who I used to be. And I wonder if she sees him and confuses him with me.
Did he die with her?
Or, well, like, again, this whole thing, who does she like? Does she love him or the bad version of him?
Well, that was it from the first one, too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he intentionally changed the last one. I know this.
Beautiful.
I read it on the Spotify lyrics. He does this all of the time. He changes up little lyrics in his cadence. Now, I will say, he doesn't enunciate the best.
Right.
Stylistically, it's just not his game. And so you miss those subtleties if you don't look for them.
Right.
This song is not my favorite, but it certainly belongs on this album. It sets the tone. It meets all the quota. He sings his ass off. I really like the kind of like change that goes on before the choruses.
Yeah.
It's not an easy song structure, and I enjoy that.
Yeah. The reason the song comes in at number one for me is the bookended beginning and end.
Love it. Dan loves the theme.
Fantastic.
All right, we'll move on.
To another awesome song.
There's only awesome songs.
Except for
Right,
one.
Dan?
Except for one.
Right, Dan? Songs that she sings in the shower.
The fretless bass in 6/8, baby.
So sick.
Yeah.
So sick, man. This track is so nice, man. And he's just ridden with disappointment. If there's one thing we've learned about Isbell at this point, is he's more than willing to like bear his cross. Like he's never sorry. He's resentful.
He's been through the 12 steps, though.
You're not sure he's been through all of them
Yet.
for a lot of this album.
No.
This is not repentance. I don't want to hear his I'm Healed album. I like the Healing album.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So this is just ADD. We just talked about Tom Waits. You know the song by Leonard Cohen that's in Natural Born Killers? I think it's called Repent.
I don't know that I know it off the top of my head.
Such a good song. Anyway, so when you
would make it collect.
Yeah, sorry,
yeah, okay.
sorry. Oh boy.
No, but you end up with this album where he's like warrior life, cocaine, drinking,
Yep.
short-term relationships, on the road. This is been his tale consistently throughout the album.
Yep.
With the exception of some songs where he writes some fanfic.
Yep.
Cool. Dan's favorite songs. But here he has the way of being more authentic than he's ever been.
Sure.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like he's just putting it all out there yet again. This one for some reason tastes different to me.
I mean, he misses his girl singing in the shower.
Yeah. And
she sang some good songs.
well, I'd say the quotables are so fantastic. And I love that this one starts off. This is the one that starts off not with a fist fight. Okay, cool. No, it does.
No.
It starts off with a fist
Oh,
fight.
yeah.
He literally like pisses her off by like pissing a guy off at a bar, and she cold breaks up with him.
Yep.
And he's reflecting on that moment. And it's like he has to eat that. A steak to my eye, he says.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so
right.
crazy. It's testament. This feels like going through your 12 steps.
Yeah.
You're really admitting you're wrong.
Yep.
I think it's the only way you pull the rawness out of your experience is by really looking at what you're most ashamed of. And he's like, and that one night I tried to pick a fight with a person, didn't think my joke was funny, got hit in the face. And then on the way home, my girl was like, yeah, I don't even like you.
Yeah.
And what you listen to at the latter half of that verse is him going, I could fight this, but no, I get it. And I'm actually going to just say bye. I give up. Like, and he doesn't get to say bye.
No.
He has to accept that he's been said bye to.
Yep. It's hard.
Just layers of embarrassment and shame. And like,
Yeah.
he just distills it in 8 sentences. Like, how do you do that repeatedly? He's done it so many times.
He's so efficient.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. The musical performance is good, but the writing is just so much better.
And also one of the more interesting chord charts.
Yeah, agreed entirely. Can
Yeah.
you talk more about that?
Yeah, so this one, the verse is a 1, like sus chord, 5 minor to 2 minor. And so, but that 5 minor just
Yeah,
feels,
that's not a 2-5-1.
there's a 2, 5, and 1 in it, just in a different order.
Exactly.
And it's 5 minor, which is really an interesting, it almost feels, this is where I feel like an indie piece with harmonically.
Sure.
There's nothing indie about this song. This song,
No, all indie means in this is you're willing to break out of the common mold.
yeah,
Because indie independent music, he has a little bit of freedom.
yeah. I mean,
This guy's
James
writing.
Taylor did 5 minor all the time,
Sure.
which is normally it's 5 major. But what's also interesting is we do 1 5 minor. We go to the chorus. It's just 1 4 5, but it's not a true 5. It's a sus chord. He never hits that dominant 5 chord until we get to the bridge when we modulate to the 6 minor, and then we finally get a proper 5 chord back down to 4. In the 4s, for some reason, the 4 chord feels like I'm hanging in space.
No, the 4, he uses the 4 where you put the 5.
Yeah.
He uses it like you're gonna resolve.
And you're just not.
Nah. And the cool part about that suspended chord instead of the 5 and sub is it's literally what I did last few episodes ago during the Carl's cover.
Right. Good cover.
Thanks.
Yeah.
But instead of using a Dom 5 on another 2-5-1, they
Yep.
always used that suspended chord. It was a D over E in that circumstance.
Yep.
And it just feels a little more alive.
Yeah.
Really cool songwriter. You could tell the musicians that surround him, the people he picks to play with him, what are they called? The 400 unit
Yeah.
or 400th unit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's a group of mofos. Like, people know what they're doing here, and they're writing around him. They're playing around him.
Yeah. It's really good. So song references. Bring Out Your Dead is a Green Street Bluegrass,
Okay?
a song by them. Breakfast in Bed. Do you know that song?
Yes.
By
indeed.
Dusty Springfield?
Yep. So,
Oh, that song is so good. It's
I
such a
didn't
good
know the
song.
first one. I knew Breakfast in Bed
You knew Wish You Were Here
and Wish You Were Here.
by Pink Floyd.
Yeah.
And Yesterday's Wine by Willie Nelson.
There it
Great
is.
song. All great songs. The last three I'm very familiar with. I was only roughly familiar with Bring Out Your Dead.
That was the one I didn't get.
And that might have been a Monty Python reference too, which you could sing to. Bring Out Your Dead.
I mean, you can vocalize that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. The songwriting here, because you go through his story, and it's just him like living through levels of shame.
Yeah.
It's not a comfortable listen, though. He makes it so pretty.
Yeah, it does.
It's his gift.
It is.
All right, we shall move on.
To New South Wales.
Love this song.
Okay. I have a bunch of things to say once you start.
So there's something simple about this song. He brings you a more upbeat approach. I'm not saying tempo wise,
No.
but in like a swingy feel, camaraderie type of way.
Okay.
Because it always resolves on thank God for the resumption of this shitty ass boat.
Yep.
That's not his words, but that's how I hear it in my
Those
head.
are not the words, yeah.
Yeah. But that's what he's saying. Am I wrong?
It's very
Yeah.
silly.
And the boat obviously is like whatever cool grasp of your friends or your community or your loved ones can bring you back.
Yeah.
It's yet another tune of him going down the hole. With this one, it seems like he's speaking with a friend the whole time, like you and I, like just the destruction we did type lines. The first verse, it's very clear that he's going to talk about cocaine. Or that's
The sand they call cocaine costs you twice as much
twice
as
as
gold.
much gold. You may as well drink a coffee black.
Yep.
The second one on tequila, pretty funny too.
Yep.
But what I really like is the way he ends those phrases. But there's never been a better place to have that talk.
Yeah.
It's you have to pay to play is the message I took away from the song. I'm not saying it was good for us or anybody or whoever goes through this this circumstance.
Yeah.
What I am saying is this is a song. Another common theme in this album he speaks about, and he uses the word too later, or no, earlier. I'm sorry. And some fantastic writing is experience.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be able to write any of this without having to have gone through it. You don't get to imagine this for free. A writer who is sober and doesn't play music at bars and beat his ass around the southeastern strip of America will never be able to speak about any of this, no matter how hard they try. They could observe from afar. They could sit in a chair and sip water. They would never get there.
Yeah.
There's no
Very,
authenticity.
very few circumstances. Yep.
And the reason it resonates with me is because it's really, really, really hard to tell me about what I do currently.
Yeah.
Or you, for that matter. No one gives a fuck about your day job in that sense. But to sit around with me and do this. You told me earlier. Some guy said, well, how hard could it be to produce this? It's really fucking hard. You don't get to say it. You haven't sat here and done it.
Right.
You don't get to tell me how it feels to play till 1 o'clock on a Monday morning repeatedly at a dead bar. And when people do come in, you have to spring to life with a
Right.
bunch of whiskey in you. Like, but that's life. Like,
Yeah.
there's beauty to what he's writing here.
Yeah. And one thing musically that I think ties this together is the song comes in and I feel like he's taking a page out of Paul Simon. Like,
Dude, Paul Simon was the best at this.
he was.
Paul did it without ever actually having to mention all of the drug and abuse.
Right.
He could just write it in moods. Roly-poly bat-faced girl down an alley.
Yeah.
That's...
The boxer.
Yeah, precisely. But he had ways of just writing it in allegory. Like
Yeah.
it was... But it was always the same drugs. It was always the same
Yeah.
late nights, bad decisions, pure sin, but also like pure, like, I'm going to dump myself into this moment.
Yeah. Fantastic. So I have Paul Simon as the vibe mixed with hints of 3 other songs, which are the weirdest combinations, weirdest tapestry of really good songs.
If You Want to Be My Lover by the Spice Girls.
I was going to say The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, but yes, you're not wrong there. Now that you say that, you're not wrong.
That was a joke, but I'm not actually wrong.
Yeah. So a bit of The Gambler melodically, hints of Bobby McGee.
So Bobby
Melodically.
McGee was a note for me here. All right, keep going.
Yep. Mixed with We Just Disagree by Dave Mason.
I don't know that song.
You totally nothing. There's only you and me, and we just disagree.
No, but
There's no good time. You know that song?
no.
You know the song.
I'll hold the lyrics if you want to karaoke
Yeah.
the rest of it.
Another great bass line in this song, too.
Oh, dude. So the bass playing on this album has been slept. I put my beer down for this. The bass playing on this
That's
album
a big deal.
is so sugar sweet and sustained. It's really incredible work.
Yeah.
You're not going to hear anything that makes you go bassist of the year. It's just playing its role in the best way.
Yeah. So
It
might
helps
as well
push
shout out
melody.
to Brian Allen, who plays bass on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are a couple players that I don't know if I know their names. I'm sure they've played with other big people, but he seems pretty like into his band.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of trust there.
Yep.
He's giving a lot of performance, and so you have to trust the people who are going to support that.
Yeah. There's great bass throughout this album.
Yeah. All right, shall we move?
Let's do it. The other thing I would say is a question. Is there a cajon in this?
I don't think it is. I debated what the hand percussion part was. Mm-hmm. I think it's a really hollow tom.
Yeah, it could be that.
Just doesn't strike me as a cajon because there's no attack. That's just me.
Okay. There we go. There's a nice fiddle solo as well, which basically is just the melody. And
Yeah.
there's fiddle throughout this thing. And we haven't talked about the pedal steel or the fiddle at all.
Yeah, well, the pedal steel doesn't have a ton of like burst moments.
No.
A lot of people go hire pedal steel player and then they're like, you have to take a solo.
Yeah.
So cheers to restraint. The fiddle, when they use it, I did have a note on that.
Mm-hmm. Which is Amanda Shires.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
aware.
Yep.
The we could use a touch more, and a little production on it wouldn't hurt because you have all of the other instruments are allowed to use compression and reverb, and you give us the driest fiddle,
That's true.
and I'm not in love with that. So maybe just like dull that up a little bit to meet the vibe because the guitar is often drenched.
Yeah.
There I am.
There you are. Let's do it. Should
What's
we move on?
next?
What's next?
Oh, I can tell us.
You can tell us.
Well, so that was Songs in the Shower. So now we move on to New South Wales.
We just talked about New South Wales.
Well, in that case, we move on to your favorite song.
Super 8. Sucks. Song sucks. I got nothing good to say about this song.
So I kind of like this song. I
Dude,
don't
It
want
objectively sucks.
I will.
All right. Convince me, Carl.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. I'm just going to sit here and you're going to have to convince me because it fucking blows.
So
Everything else on here is like a masterclass in songwriting and so many other things.
All right,
and
so-
then now there's this random like karaoke track that pops up.
hear me out.
Okay.
songs she sang in the shower, you end up hearing about loss of love. Mm-hmm. And he's reflecting on messages that are being sang through really great remarks. He's still self-deprecating. He's aware of how bad of a person he is. Mm-hmm. He's not even hopeful.
He doesn't want to die in a Super 8 motel.
Wait, New South Wales. We went out, blew a bunch of yayo, drank a bunch of tequila, but we had some really good effing conversations. It was all worth it. Thank God for the boat that brings me back home. Mm-hmm. Okay. What I've heard so far is a man who is very experienced in the field.
Of being bad.
Now we're in the field.
Yep.
And if you're in the field and you have your body armor on, what better way than to hit us in the face with the loudest song on the album? And when I mean loud, I don't mean like it was like a noisy soundscape. It's like physical decibels louder than every other song.
I thought the album changed.
Me too. It doesn't fit this album at all. Not even a little.
No.
It is like a slammin' country rock anthem.
But not a good one.
Full distorted guitars.
Yep.
Opens on a chorus that does not... It's not a chorus that's conducive to opening a song on.
I don't want to die in a Super 8 motel just because somebody's evening didn't go so well.
Yeah, we know the words. They're not good either. And it opens up on like the same melody as like a freedom is nothing, there's nothing else to lose. Yep. Like it's not where you open a melody line, mm-hmm. right? Like we had no context.
Did you compare this to Bobby McGee?
I just did. Yes, compared to Bobby McGee. It opened with no context. Like it just
You're not
hits you.
Convincing me, friend.
No, I'm not. Right. I'm not saying not in a good way.
Okay.
It hits you right in the mouth.
Mm-hmm.
It's loud. It's jarring. He suddenly sounds like off Garth Brooks.
Yeah, Garth would have done this better, actually.
Well, it sounds like it's just ripped from his catalog, right?
Yep.
His band's just trunking along. It's hard to believe it's the same band. It probably isn't.
It's produced like garbage.
Oh, it's like compressed to death. Mm-hmm. The master is like absolutely cooked. Hi-hats just sound like an air conditioner. Mm-hmm. Like there's no question about it. And it's a bar story, and it's also not told very well. It's not his style of telling the story.
Okay. So when do you convince me?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Because so far we're agreeing.
I'm working on
Completely.
it.
Okay.
So hear me out. He rips through this tune, just singing about some incredibly, I don't know, vague encounter where the band sounded good and then he did a bunch of coke and they went drinking. It sounds like he tried to pick up someone else's girl and a big dude comes in and wants to whoop his ass, right? Mm-hmm. Then he goes back to this horrid chorus, right? Mm-hmm. And then he talks the next morning, and that's where I become a huge fan.
Okay.
Is listening to the way he wrote this. Suddenly it is him again because it's the way he writes it's hilarious.
About feeling bad for the maid?
Lost my meal and a couple of drinks in the sink. The girl starts screaming. The maid starts screaming. Someone extracts them and pumps them full of Pedialyte.
Yep.
There's a bass player who I think got clocked. Someone got hit by a bat. So the way it sounds earlier is that the bass player gets hit by a bat. Mm-hmm. But then when we get to the second verse, it sounds like he got hit. So there's no continuity either.
Right.
What I'm saying is, it's not a good song at all.
There's a couple of funny moments.
There's some funny stuff that goes on.
That's true.
This has no place on this album at the end of the day.
Well, they slap me back to life and they telephone my wife and they fill me full of Pedialyte.
Pedialyte, yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a wife, so we know it's not him. But you also know this happens to him.
Sure.
So what the hell is this song?
I feel like, so here's my thing with this song is I think that like all of these songs are so dark in many ways. There's nothing that's this up tempo.
I'm saying, did they force this on him?
I feel like it's forced, and it feels forced, and it's jarring.
It's not a good song.
It's not a good song. It's the worst song in the album.
Oh, by a long run. My notes say if I could physically remove a song from this album, I'd do this.
It sucks.
But earlier I said
With a
there's,
couple of funny things.
I said there's 3 rock songs.
Is this your Harry Rag?
I said there's 3 rock songs on this album, and the middle one, it was like to me.
Yeah.
Because it just felt like flying over land or whatever it was, water.
Yeah, Flying Over Water.
Yeah. This one at least is semi-entertaining. I laughed. I just laughed. I was like, what box are you putting our boy in?
Yeah.
Because by now I'm bought in. I mean, he's written some incredible music.
Yeah, and there's nothing that's out of character. I mean, the lyrics are mediocre at best.
It sounds like a shit show on the road, which is in tune with most of what he said.
Yes. So I guess if you wanted to, all right, here I'll give some positive. If everything else is talking about all the bad stuff, now we're hearing the bad stuff in real time.
And the music supports it. It's
bad.
Way louder than God. No one wants to hear it.
Yeah.
If there's an artistic statement to be made there, you made it.
All right, here we go. All right, now I'll
we're in it.
I'll walk with you.
We're in the yuck.
So, do you ever watch Twin Peaks?
No.
Okay. So it doesn't matter if you watched it. They eventually, after the TV show, they did a movie called Fire Walk with Me. And they do this scene where they walk into this bar. And what I loved about the scene in the bar is the music is blaring. And very often in a movie, when the music is blaring, when it's time to talk, the music goes down and the dialogue goes up. Nope. The music is just as loud and they're talking. They just had to put subtitles in. And that's what happens here.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happens here. They open the door to the bar. And now we're in the bar.
It sounds like it.
Yep.
It's huge and gross.
So, all right, so I'll give you that if I want to talk about album arc. But as far as a piece of art to listen to, I don't need to listen to it ever again.
You would never catch me voluntarily putting this song on.
Yeah. I mean, it's bad enough that I would take this album, put it in a playlist, and exclude that song instead of listening to the album because it's too distracting giving what comes next.
If you're stuck spinning it on your 33, you still spin the album?
I would kick the record player and watch the needle go across the thing till it hits the next song.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, it's not a good tune. It's a massive misfire on the album. Yeah. I figured I'd try and put up a defense for authenticity, but
song blows.
In hindsight, yeah, it's not good. Which is hilarious because the next song.
Okay, is this your number one?
Might be. Yeah,
it's a worthwhile number one.
Might be. I mean, so it's this, Elephant, and Different Days. Those are the 3 that like I will walk away with like in a big way. So Yvette,
this is a cheery song.
Yeah, it's
about a girl being molested by her father.
That's exactly right. And it's funny. There's
nothing funny about this song.
No,
I know that's what you mean.
Without looking at my screen.
Yeah.
How long is this song?
I'm going to guess it's only like 2.5 to 3 minutes, but it feels like 5 minutes.
So that's what I thought. It's 4.5 minutes.
Okay.
So it's actually a tale.
It is a tale.
It's not a lot of words.
No, it's not, but the words are words.
He tells this story slowly, and he tells it in the most, yet again, like accurate and succinct way with soul. And this is not a soulful song. In short, the song is, I live in your cul-de-sac and I can see from your window that you're being molested by your father.
Yeah. You say it's not soulful, and I want to get to what you said.
Well, soulful in like a traditional,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, by soul music.
Yeah. Well, I will continue your thought. I might not be a man yet, but that bastard will never be
a man.
I'm cleaning my Weatherby. I sight in my scope, and I hope against hope. He wants to take him out.
Well, I mean, look at the second verse.
Yeah.
I'm loading
Yes.
The intention, and at the last line of the song, he won't do that again.
He won't.
This kid is witnessing from afar his classmate being raped by her father.
Yeah.
His second verse, though, when he opens up, your mother seems nice.
Yeah.
How's she going to let this happen to you?
Yeah.
She knows who he is.
Why doesn't she say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fact that, like, this character, this child has to take on the burden of watching, fucking a father rape the daughter.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take this in my own hand with my rifle.
Yeah.
And it is, listen, it's a beautiful song to boot.
Yeah.
It's written in phrase and sung perfectly. He's really in his singer element here.
Yeah.
And this is how you know that the guy who this entire album has characterized himself as such a piece of shit.
Is not.
And he hasn't been.
No, he's
always been. His intentions are good.
There's something here. Yeah.
But it's hard to get above the trappings of sin.
Yeah.
Oh, he had a great line earlier. Speaking of sin, Jesus loves a sinner, but the road loves a sin. But the road loves a sin. Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And this song for me, so it hits home for me, and this could be my favorite song too. There's really 3 songs that are my favorite. This, the Oak Song and Elephant.
And Super 8, yeah.
Super 8, yeah. So I, when I was a senior in high school, I was on this peer ed group, and we put on this seminar. It was a domestic violence seminar, and we had the National Child's Rights Alliance come and talk about things. And so we're all seniors, and we've been trained in how to deal with whatever. And so we end up having this presentation, and the people who presented, everyone who presented from the National Child's Rights Alliance were all survivors of child abuse in some way, shape, or form. And so then, as one of the peer educators who put it on, shocking, the amount of students who decide to like share all the stuff, even not just friends, people like complete strangers, because I'm part of putting on this presentation. And lo and behold, I didn't even know there's a friend of mine who I didn't realize that he was being abused. And so we ended up, once it all came out and we realized it, we were trying to help him. And so we actually one day, this is long before cell phones, so it's so much easier to send a text like he's doing it again or she's doing it again or whatever now. And so use that. If you're if the amount of the population who are affected by some sort of domestic violence is insane. And so, in this case, we hear that dad's at it again. And so we all drive out. We got a posse. And we're going to beat the shit out of this man if he doesn't let our friend go.
Yeah.
We're there. Thankfully, he's able to get out of the house. We're able to pull him away from the situation and all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, our friend was not able to eventually survive what came out of it. So,
Sure.
So for that, I can't put this as my favorite song.
Of course. But he did so much justice to the term.
Yeah.
He is actually quite violent about it, but
Yeah.
which is not the answer. But you see how.
But we were there. We were there in his yard. We not in his driveway. We drove into his yard, and my friends had bats. We're gonna beat the shit out of this man.
Yeah. And rightfully so.
Yep.
This guy did not bring an easy assignment to the doorstep. I'm sorry to hear about all that.
Yeah.
It's prevalent. It's a real thing.
Yep.
It can stoke such emotion too.
Yeah.
Which I think is so important. This, to me, is what the makings of great art are. It starts conversation. It is storytelling. It's legacy for your friend, right?
Yep.
Like it gives you permission to retell a story. Whether or not that's his story, I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Told the shit out of it.
Yep.
And he did it in a way that I think actually made us all at the end go, yep, good for you.
Yeah.
And that's violent. That's some Luigi shit. Like,
Yeah.
it's like some like, you just give justice to the people who deserve it.
Yeah.
In this case, it ain't dad.
Yep.
And yours wasn't dad.
Nope.
The most sparkly part of this is the song is gorgeous.
It is a gorgeous song.
It's not even like you just read the poem.
Yeah.
The backing track was perfect. His presentation was perfect. The
Production's
pauses between verses. The production generally is good. When they're doing him acoustic front with band backing, they're almost always nail it.
Yeah.
When they're going to the Motel 8 or they're doing, even like Stockholm, I didn't really like the production on.
Yeah.
The louder stuff didn't click for me.
Yeah. But back on Live Oak, we didn't talk about, he starts a cappella.
Yeah, he does.
Fantastic.
That one, and they're running that one hot. That's actually a really loud song.
It is,
on
yeah.
the album. It's a little distracting in that sense.
It is.
Because he's not giving you the most obvious line to open up with.
Yeah.
It's also, is Live Oak the first time he goes into fiction?
Yeah.
Like obvious fiction?
Yeah. Hopefully.
I don't think he buried a person. I've seen his picture. Nah. That meatball, no way.
Yeah.
He's gonna come here one day and be like, you call me a meatball. All right.
Whew.
Good moment. You're the
moment.
man.
Bro moment.
This is what we do it for. This is what we do it for.
That was relatively easy.
You'd say?
Yeah.
Dude, so this was an immediate catcher for me too on first, second, third listen. Love the message in this one. What a awesome way to bring perspective all the way back.
Yeah. This is perspective.
He's kind of thrown us, all the way through his life at this point. If there's something he didn't write about, I don't know that I have the mental capacity to hear about it right now. He has to wait for a while.
I'm good,
until
yeah.
I'm ready to be some ears. Because we covered a lot of ground on this one. And tonight we covered a lot more content in writing than we generally do. Mm-hmm. But if you look at this album, it kind of demands it.
Yeah.
Right? There's no repeated chorus, vocal ostinato, no trickery. This is a storyteller's album.
It is.
We haven't seen a ton of those.
Yep.
The last time we heard a lot of stories was SZA.
Yeah.
And damn, did we love that too.
one.
Really got into that one. And so it feels to me like when you get to something where he actually lets you off relatively easy.
Yeah.
And I mean, the whole scope is like, here's a couple scenarios about people I've heard of, known. Second verse is about his friend committing suicide, eating a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
And he goes, so we have it pretty good.
Yeah. So throughout all these hardships, in the global scope, compared to the rest of the world, like, do we even know poverty? Do we know it? Like, do we know as citizens of the United States
No, we don't.
what we're talking about?
And especially now,
Yeah.
feels very topical. This album couldn't come at a better time.
Is he quoting Lucky Man in this?
I think he is.
By Emerson, Lake and Palmer?
I think he is. I had that as a note. Thank you very much. Nice, dude. Yeah. We had that. We opened and closed on the references because
Yep.
Norwegian Wood was also
Yep.
like unforgettable.
Yeah. Watch that Lucky Man walk to work again. He may not have a friend left in the world. So Lucky Man, if you don't know Lucky Man by Emerson, Lake and Palmer, you should, because that starts off about this person who's exalted in royalty, whatever, but he has to go off to war and doesn't quite make it. What
In
a
this
lucky man
case,
he
he
was.
just goes home and sleeps alone.
Yep.
Yeah. It's,
But he emphasizes, and I think it's harmonized too. Watch that Lucky Man. I think they hit that.
I think they hit that on purpose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught that one.
Yeah.
I don't catch many, but that's one good. I grew up with the LP, so it's like dead on.
Yeah.
It's really smooth. It sounds just like him. It's funny, the continuity, if you were to look at it in an arc format,
Yep.
it simply just goes to deep exploration and regret and comes back home.
Yeah, this one has to raise you up. And harmonically, melodically, it's a lift, even though it's not a lift song per se, other than, hey, as hard as you think you got it, someone's got it worse.
He lets you off by going like, "You're cool. We're better off."
Yep.
If you have the money to buy this CD, which I think would be like a post thought of its time, but not too far fetched,
Right.
then you're okay.
Yep. Yeah, and so we already talked about benzodiazepam, and this song we talked about Klonopin.
Klonopin,
Yep.
Hot. This guy knows all his drugs.
Do you remember when we were auditioning a singer for Fujank, and she claimed that she took 2 Klonopin before she came for the audition?
And I believed every word she said.
Yeah, she didn't
In
make it
fact,
back.
she may have eaten one more than that.
Yeah.
She's smart to do it. She's a good-looking blonde girl. She had a voice, but couldn't tell because
She was too high.
that's right.
Yep.
But she was wise. She brought a friend to be with her, and that other girl
Yes, that
kindly
was
shook her hands. Was like, "I'm gonna take her home now." We're like, "Bye."
yeah. What they didn't realize is that I went to that house by myself to audition. I didn't have a friend with
How much
me.
Klonopin did you have?
0. I was just an idiot thinking it would be fine. And
Nah,
it
you had
was.
like 9 IPAs. You're good.
Yeah.
I don't want to like discount this song, but after the breadth and the breadth's good, the depth of the conversation we've had,
Yeah.
this song's relatively mild, in the best way. Like, give me a scoop of vanilla ice cream at the end.
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy to eat that.
Yeah, and I'm sure someone's like, you got to write something that's a little bit upbeat.
Yeah, it's a nice tune, and it has a little bit of hope in it. Even though he can't help but talk about hardships.
No.
But the funny part is he's not bitching ever.
No.
It's never, even his hardships, he's not complaining. It's like he's found a way to preempt his responsibility for it. So when you walk in, you're like, "Oh yeah, you went through that. I feel bad for you." And he's like, he doesn't feel bad for him.
No. I think he's in a better place.
Agreed. And so there's something to be said here.
Yep.
Would you hit it?
So I want to clarify something here because we've gone back and forth a little bit on the Hit It.
And we will continue to.
Yep. So I think Hit It falls into 2 categories. Do I like this album? Clearly, I like this album. I really like this album. Second is, does it belong on the list? And that's what I'm struggling with because this is a fantastic album. There's a lot of really good music that I like that I don't think belongs on the list of 500 greatest albums of all time. And I'm actually torn on this one because musically, it's good. It's not great. There's some really good songwriting on this. Fantastic songwriting on this. And what I'm struggling with is 2013, we're now several years later, are people quoting this still? And maybe in certain circles they are. He's definitely a very popular individual. Go ahead and scroll down. Let's look him up on the streaming service here. Go to his profile, and how many monthly listeners? 600,000 monthly listeners.
That's 698. So call it 700. Give him benefit of the doubt.
Okay, and that's 700,000 more people than I have on Spotify. As a matter of fact, I know exactly how many monthly listeners have on Spotify, and we're not even in the ballpark.
Yeah, we're more like 400,000.
Yeah. So that being said, when I think of the greatest of all time, if this album was one of the greatest of all time, why is that number not higher? Is it just he didn't get the right press? He won a Grammy. So I like this album. I don't think it belongs on the list.
I too like this album. And those numbers don't mean a whole heck of a lot to me.
Okay.
I don't know how many players we have out right now. And he's still very active. I got offered tickets via Spotify's thing today. He's doing a solo thing.
I would go see it.
Well, I was considering buying us too, because we haven't been to a concert this year. I was yelling at you about that the other night. But I don't know how much of this we have right now. That's old country is all but dead. Like Charlie Crockett is not even holding it full together, though he's very good. I like Charlie Crockett quite a bit. I don't really agree with bro country at all. I'm not a fan. I just don't fucking like it because there's plenty not to like. Old actual country, those guys are dying and or dead and cannot tour.
Willie Nelson came out with an album this year at age 90, whatever he is.
Cool, bro.
I don't think it sounds very good though.
It's probably dog shit. That's where I'm going. So like,
So what I think I hear you saying is you're giving him the boost because this is a dying art form and he's keeping it alive.
at his position, I need him to be there if country has a chance. Because it ain't going to be fucking Morgan Wallen.
Right. But again, is this still country or is this Americana? Are we talking about
It's
America? Are we talking about bands like that?
It's both. And furthermore, if it's Americana, I really like it. Mm-hmm. This is every ounce is good songwriting, if not better than the Sheryl Crow one that you and I check boxes in hard as hell. His songwriting is impeccable.
Sure.
Now, is the album standalone there? I would argue, yeah. I think that a majority of this album is so dope.
Mm-hmm. I really, really like this album. I'm trying to reconcile the greatest album of all time.
Yeah, me too. And here's where we're gonna have a problem.
Yep.
Not you and I, but
No.
over the culture of this thing is checking things into should it be or should it not be.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to disagree with you on this one. I really am. The pedigree of this music is so good, it needs to be there. Because you and I have heard albums that are not nearly as good as this that we've said yes to.
What about the production inconsistency?
I can deal with that. Because that's not Jason's fault.
It's not.
I can deal with that. I mean, here, let's talk about two albums that you and I have checkboxed in, right? Mm-hmm. And then talk about them against this. Ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Did we push Miranda Lambert in?
For on the list,
We did.
I think we said we would hit it. I don't think we said it belongs on the list. I can tell you because I have the data.
Get the metrics. Get the metrics.
Yeah, so hang on a second here. So
I'll think of two more while we're at it.
all right, go ahead.
So Lambert,
Think ahead. I have to minimize my screen here.
very good. Okay, cool. I got three.
Okay. Miranda Lambert, where are you, sweetheart? I'd have to go back because our metrics is whether or not we both hit it.
Yeah.
So I'm splitting hairs between do I like it? I really like this album. I will listen to this album.
I know you like it. Did we put it on the list?
I don't know because I don't think we tracked that.
Okay,
we'll have to go back and listen.
that's the problem.
We have to go back and listen.
So we need to get there.
Yep.
This is better than Lambert.
Yeah.
Done, right? Like we agree?
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. We both put Sheryl Crow on the list.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is as good as Crow.
I agree. It's as good as Crow. I like it as much as Crow.
He's not a female, and he wasn't Michael Jackson's backup singer.
And
And he's not horribly famous. You know, easy to just put Sheryl Crow on the list because of those metrics.
Of course. But the difference here is that, well, let's go ahead and let's pull up Sheryl Crow on this platform here. Okay. And she has 6 million monthly listeners.
That doesn't matter to me.
So, but when we're saying it's the greatest, because I really like this album. I like a lot of albums that have hundreds of thousands of listeners or tens of thousands of listeners.
Sure.
It's really good music.
I mean,
but is it hit?
we sat through Laura Nero. We sat through
That was awful.
Belle and Sebastian, which is not bad, but did we hit it?
We liked it. We didn't think it belonged on
That's
the list.
exactly right. Linda and Richard Thompson,
We liked it. We didn't put it on the list.
Mono Chow,
I think we put it on the list.
we did. Daddy Yankee,
I couldn't stand that album.
Black Guru. Like,
Yeah.
I was saying, like, this against anything I just said slays.
It does.
So I'm only using context of what's been offered, which is also not a great way to look at what the top 500 albums of all time should be.
Right.
So as the listeners should hear, we don't know. You'll know definitively.
I don't know where to put my hands, to be honest
right.
with you. Because I really like this album a lot.
I got hired once to sing backup singing in a band, and that's it. Yeah. I had nothing else to do. And there's pictures of me on stage. I was holding 2 Heinekens. I had nothing else to do. I'm like, what else would I do? Yeah. Look, this is fantastic music.
Listen to this album.
You need to do it. I'm not sure. I hear where we are with this, but he earned a lot here. And in comparison to what we've listened to so far, this absolutely slaughtered probably 75% of it.
Yep.
Am I wrong there?
You're not wrong. I'm just, again,
Top 500 albums. Get it. I get it.
That's where, and I don't know what that means.
So maybe Would You Hit It should just not be that.
Do I like it? I fucking love this album.
Do we love this? Yeah. But I don't know. Maybe we just need to walk away from are we qualified to say should it be on here? Because it seems like with pieces like this is where it gets really hard.
Yeah. Are people talking about this album 10 years later? 13 years later?
If you have
should be.
If you have ideas, listeners.
Yeah.
If you have ideas for what our metric should be.
There's no one who's looking at us right now.
I think we're actually still rolling, and it's just telling me to get the hell off the screen.
Okay. I thought we were alone now.
We will find out. If we're not here, though, and this is still going to get produced. So, listeners, we looked over our camera, and my battery is like, hey, end. You can only run in 4K for so long.
Yeah.
Listen, we need a metric that's stampable.
Yep.
It's really hard because it's art. Mm-hmm. So we're open to ideas. We've gotten some engagement recently. It's been really cool to talk with you guys. Instagram and email. That's been awesome. Just let us know what you think about how we rank this, because we're a little torn here.
I agree with both of us, actually.
I agree with both of us too, because I think we're sitting on the same toadstool, which is we really like this, but top 500 all time. If I had 500 albums to take to a desert island, like I might take this one.
Right.
Though if I took this one, it'd probably be like 498. You know?
Yeah.
That might be a cool way to look at it. Where if you place it, where would you?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So I have one last question before we wrap up.
I bet you're going to ask what's in my ears.
What's in your ears?
Oh my God. I'm so glad you asked.
Are you?
I was not prepared for this at all. What's in my ears right now? I'm revisiting some music that I haven't really paid enough attention to. Have you heard of this little artist called Fatboy Slim?
Yes, I've heard of Fatboy Slim.
So the other day I found a 24 bundle disc and CD set under some box in my attic. So I pulled it out and I looked through the catalog. Saw a couple gems there, by the way, including Boyz II Men too. And I saw Fatboy Slim's album. And I immediately was like, okay, how do I play a CD? It turns out, in all of my embarrassment, I don't have a CD player in my house.
Really?
We're here. I have no CD players.
Wow.
And so I just streamed it on Spotify.
Got it.
The song, number 10 on the album, Love Island.
Uh-huh.
I have a moment with this tune. I remember very, very distinctly, which was one of the first concerts I got to go to alone. By alone, I mean without my parents.
Got it.
My brother and I, when we were 13 and 15, got to go see 311 with my older cousin, because my parents bought him a ticket too.
Yep.
Bruce Nepper, shout out. And he just got a Mustang, and he got subwoofers put in it.
Yeah.
And he's ripping us up to Merriweather to go see 311. We all watched it. It was fun as hell.
It's awesome.
And he was driving us home. He's like, check this out. He's driving fast as shit, and he put on with the subwoofers this song. It has this type thing. And my brother and I's eyes are like melted into the back of our skulls. And we were like, this is the coolest thing of all time.
Yeah.
Ever since then, I've been like, yeah, that's cool. But then I went back and listened to the whole album. And, listening to a guy who's relying on sample-based music in the, late 90s,
Yep.
you didn't really get it until you got it. Man, that's such a fantastic album. The song Praise You, the one he knows, everybody's known for, is so good. It's really an incredible piece of art. I would have never thought to create. And so when I listen to his creations, I go, this is really neat. So shout out Fatboy Slim.
Fatboy Slim, that surprises me.
Fatboy Slim is fucking in heaven.
So for me, I've actually been listening to a bunch of John Scofield.
The Scove himself?
Yeah, it came out of like a random listening session the other day, and I can't remember. The reason I was looking away from you, I couldn't remember the artist. There's another guitar player that popped on, and I was with my son. I'm like, oh, this sounds like John Scofield, and he's like, I don't know what that means. And so he's really into music, and I said, oh, well, someday you'll hear just like a guitar player, or you'll hear just this, and you'll be like, that is this person.
Yeah, you'll be able to
Yeah.
figure it from a mile away.
Yep. And so I can't remember who. I'm almost have his name in my head, and I was trying to look it up. And I said, all right. So I just swished right over to John Scofield. I'm like, now you see what I'm talking about? He goes, yep, I see what you're talking about. So bunch of John Scofield lately, which was really a highlight of our trip last February.
Oh, absolutely. Down to the Ground Up Festival.
Yeah.
That Scofield set ignited us.
Yeah.
It was probably my favorite set I saw the entire concert.
Yeah. The only thing that, other than that, is when they were doing the family dinner night with him, was watching the band just smiling that John Scofield was on stage with them.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
He was nutty. And you and I, when we watched him, had the pleasure. We were Scofield's side of the stage, and we were 10 feet from him, maybe. There may have been a person in front of us.
Yep.
And it was just direct connection to watching this guy just geezerly gaze off into some universe we don't quite get. And he's just playing all of these intentional accidentals is the best way to put it. And
they were traps.
Stack of everything was a trap. We talked about this before, and we'll talk about it a million times over.
Yeah.
He just sets your ear up for an idea. And the funny part is it's not like gotcha.
Right.
The joke just keeps running.
Right.
And he'll really like resolve at a time you don't get, so he can reset. And before you know it, you haven't taken a breath in 25 seconds.
Right. And then now your ears are now set up for the next trap.
Or they're not, because you think you know where he is.
Right.
And then the guys who are playing with him are just brilliant. I mean, I relished that show. It was just so much fun.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. They got bit by a dog. I got bit by a puppy at a Snarky Puppy concert.
Well, and it was a service animal.
Yeah.
That unfortunately was brought to a music festival and essentially tortured.
Terrible terrible ownership.
Yeah.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
Fake Zoe Kravitz. Shame on you.
Yeah.
My toe's okay, in case anybody cares.
That's good.
All right. Well, what do we got next week?
Next week, we have this album called I Do Not Want What I Haven't Got by Sinead O'Connor.
That Sinead O'Connor?
That Sinead O'Connor.
Okay. I only know the one song. And
the Prince song?
Yeah. Oof. But we shall go with open ears, open eyes, open hearts. And I've really enjoyed the session tonight, man. So thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'm Carl Carter Fansteel.
I'm Dan Woodard.
And we will talk to you next week.
That was so long.
That was the show about the album Southeastern by Jason Isbell. Americana storytelling at its finest.
Backward Speeds Podcast is a Tuna-Wood production recorded live at Thought Shack Studios in Halethorpe, Maryland.
If you enjoyed the show, make sure to subscribe and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can find us at Backward Speeds Podcast on most platforms.
Share the love, and we'll see you next week for another deep dive into the next album on Rolling Stone Magazine's Top 500 list. Until then, salt your melons.